All right, guys, so today we're gonna answer some of your most common YouTube ad questions. As you know, we do have a Facebook group, the YouTube ad buyers, where, basically it's a collaborative community where people have questions about YouTube ads, how to actually, run campaigns, structure campaigns, targeting questions, a lot of technical questions in there, but that are very helpful for anybody that's interested in getting into YouTube ads. So there's a link below where you can actually sign up there. But today we're gonna answer some of the questions that you guys are asking in our group. So let's get to it. So the first question that we have here is Sarang. He asks, hello YouTube ad buyers. I was just setting up a YouTube ad campaign for a coach. We had done through thorough keyword research earlier and listed nearly 150 search-based keywords from YouTube top results, suggested searches, and whatnot. Now, while creating a campaign, there are two ways to use these keywords: creating a custom audience of the search terms, adding these keywords in the content section under keywords. Can you tell me which is the better way to do it? Thanks in advance. Cheers. All right, Sarang. So hopefully you're watching this video, and maybe you've already gotten this question answered in the YouTube buyers group, but I'll go ahead and answer your question. You have to differentiate the two here, right? So custom intent audience, you go inside your ad audience manager. We actually have a video about this where you can do custom intent and custom affinity, and you'll be able to see how we actually go about creating these. Custom intent is different. Keywords, you have the display/video keywords option. This is where you would go in and list, if you have those keywords, you can list them as is, right? You don't have to add the brackets there for the exact match or the, quotations for the broad, right? Or phrase match. You can just simply add the keywords there. Now, what we recommend is that you actually create multiple campaigns based on these keywords. You don't want to bulk all of them in there. We've noticed it's a lot more easier to manage, and we actually get better results when we just add up to 5 to 7 keywords per campaign. So that's one way that you can do it, is in the keywords option. The other way is, taking maybe 150 keywords that you have and putting them all into a custom intent based on that keyword search, right? So like you could put, relevant keywords, maybe CI, you can label it as you please, but custom intent, relevant coach keywords, whatever, and you can just bulk them in there, and you put in the 150, and just make sure you select the second radio button based on the keyword, the Google search terms. Hopefully that explains it a bit. All right, we have number 2. We have Leonardo Carvalho. He says, can somebody help me? I've been running a lead gen campaign. I get the lead WhatsApp number, and when I'm going to talk to them, they're underage, 12, 13, boys with a cartoon avatar. And it's not 1 or 2, it's a lot of them underage. It's a little vague here, Leonardo. It's important to understand where you're targeting, right? You want to look at your demographics as well. This lead gen campaign you're running on YouTube, you can certainly mess with the demographic settings and exclude the 18 to 24s that, they may be lying and saying that they're 18, but in reality they're underage. So, that would be the first step that I would go about, is ensuring that the demographics that you have, you're excluding the 18 to 24s, right? So yeah, that's one of the main levers that you can pull here in that regard. Other than that, if you continue to get those, that is a bit odd that you would. As long as you have those exclusions, you should be fine. All right, so number 3, we have Jay Israel. He says, I hear a lot of people saying YouTube ads are great, but most of them are selling courses, so evidently it's great for consulting and courses. What lead generation niches have worked well for you on YouTube ads apart from consulting/courses? We actually do have a video of somebody that's actually done local insurance leads. They're getting 300, I think it was average 300 leads a day by doing local YouTube ads for like insurance, I believe. So there might be a link up here. You can take a look at that one. What other ones? There's also like done for you agencies. You can generate leads for that. We've had experience with that. That's something outside consulting and courses. I know there's been in the fitness niche. So there's leads being generated to, for example, certain specific funnels, right? Maybe like quiz funnels. From there, they take them to like a sports nutrition type of offer, right? Like affiliate offers. That's also working great for those specific niches. Like I mentioned in other previous videos, is SaaS products, right? If you have like a SaaS that you're offering, a software as a service, those do work well. You can generate leads. You can do free trials. All right. There's one option, one offer called ClickUp. I believe it's kind of like a task management. I don't know if you guys have been served the ad, but it's like a task management. They have like a free trial, or I think it's like free in general, like always free or something like that. You know, I'm sure you guys seen the Monday.com, right? So there's a lot of softwares as service and tools. They generate a ton of leads, like thousands of leads from YouTube ads. I mean, these are videos that have millions of views. So just, you know, giving you those options there, Jay. All right, great. So let's move on to the next question here by Joshua. He asks, is this the right method of creating a custom intent audience? I'm not getting any spend at all, and my bidding strategy is maximize conversions. All right, so let's take a look at the screenshot here. You guys should be able to see it as well. So he's got audience name, keywords, audience affinity, and then he's got the first radio button selected, which is people with any of these interests and purchase intentions. So, all right, so Josh, we've actually created a video on this, which it should be on our channel now. You can actually take a look at it up there. It's the custom affinity versus the custom intent audiences. But to answer your question on this video directly, this is not set up properly. You know, the first radio button, I know it says purchase intentions, but these on the video network, this is actually custom affinity. All right, so this would be a custom affinity audience. Now, I'm not sure what you have there in terms of the terms. You may have some different keywords here, or it looks like they're pretty long, pretty lengthy, maybe phrase searches, right? Like search terms. It's likely that they're too specific, right? You know, the way you want to create the custom intent audience, you want to, first of all, you go inside your keyword planner and you want to select the keywords that you're actually going to get at least some volume, right? So some of these you may not even have a lot of volume for, depending on what they are. And then secondly, you want to select that second radio button there, which says people who search for any of these terms on Google. Those are your intent search terms, right? So that makes them the custom intent. So look, so for example, if you have like one keyword from here, you can select that keyword, go to your keyword planner, type in the keyword, and you actually select the option to get more relevant keywords, right? So it's for you to choose from, and you could actually add them in there, and you'll have a better chance at getting your audience to fire, right? So this one here, that may be the reason why. So hopefully that answered that, Josh. Thanks for your question. So Marco Arufo asks, hello everyone. After testing different audiences and prices, I finally found a campaign that is working and has been working by now for 2 weeks. The campaign was set up using max conversions, so now I'd like to scale using CPA. Would you suggest me to obviously keep active the winning campaign, optimize for max conversions, and create a similar brand new campaign with CPA? How much should I set up for the CPA? Half the price of my price product is fine considering I'm selling an info product. As I know, CPA campaigns can also don't spend all the budget. Would you suggest me to start with a high budget or slow? Any help would be appreciated. Okay, so you had a few questions in one here, right? A 4-in-1.
Hey guys, before we move on, I wanted to talk about something very special very quickly. If you are interested in running or are already running YouTube ads, this is for you. I wanted to introduce you to a few people that are killing it with YouTube ads. Mike made over $1.5 million with e-commerce YouTube ads. Bastian did over $300,000 for a client at a 10x ROAS. Boyd's making $5,000 a day with his course. Kale made a client $40,000 from just $8,000 in ad spend. Lloyd made a client $33,000 from $12,000 in ad spend. Do you know what the one thing they have in common? They're all part of my expert YouTube ads training program. We have the most technical YouTube ads course in the market with live weekly calls, a Facebook group where you can ask any question you want about YouTube ads, and more. And some of the best students spending thousands or even $10,000 a day on YouTube advertising. So there's a link below in the description to go book a demo call. Go and book a call to get a preview of the course and see if it's a fit for you and if it can help you get your YouTube ads to $5,000 a day or more. Now let's get back to the rest of this video.
So first of all, congratulations on getting your campaign to work, get your campaign working for you. Would I suggest to keep the active winning campaign on? Absolutely, right? If you're getting good costs, it's profitable for you, keep it on until you actually launched a new target CPA, perhaps with everything the same, except that your bidding type will be different. So strongly urge you to do that. Keep it active until you actually have, the replicated success with a target CPA bidding type, right? Don't mess with success is one of the important rules here in media buying. So there's that question. How much should I set up for the CPA? Half the price of my price product is fine. I'm considering I'm selling an info product. Is half the price of my price product fine? So that all depends on what your cost per conversion is right now. You want to find, you know, a balance between, right, the target CPA of what you have. So like if your cost per conversion is, let's say 30, let's say you have that column set up, right? Look at the cost per conversion column, take the last 30 days and just do it around that same figure that you have there and see if that fires for you. And then he also says, I know target CPA, they don't spend the full budget at times. Would you suggest me to start with a high budget or slow? I would start with what you're comfortable with, right? If you're already, let's say, yeah, $50 a day campaign with your max conversions, try the same, right? Try the same. You know, there are times where even the max conversion, you can spend up to double your budget. So it depends on what you're comfortable with. But the idea is to get your campaigns to fire at target CPA and so obviously hit your KPIs at that point. Those are the recommendations there. All right, so let's move on to another one here. We have Steven, and he's saying, is anyone aware of any way to control who can use a certain video creative for an ad? Since even if it's unlisted, someone who sees the ad can go to the stats for nerds and find the ID and navigate to the URL and use that for their own ads, which is a concern for affiliate products. We try to make it private, but of course they then can't use it as an ad. Seems strange that you don't have to first link your Google Ads account to your YouTube channel. We can grab any video on YouTube, listed or not, and start running it as an ad. Google support didn't seem to have any ideas. Steven, you bring a very good point. That's exactly right. It's very difficult to control that. Honestly, this would be a short answer. You know, even like if Google's saying that they don't have a way of kind of controlling that, there's really nothing that you can do on that aspect. I mean, you know, you have to have the videos unlisted, and yes, you don't have to link your YouTube channel in order to run an ad for it. But you know, you will be able to report it though in the case that that's happening, or that you find out that somebody's taking your video from a channel and using that, right? Now, will you get result from that, or you get some sort of response from Google support? I have no clue. When you do it, let us know, because I haven't really came across that situation. Okay, but thank you for your question. John asks, what are your feelings on use the account level, include in conversion setting versus the choose conversion actions for this campaign setting? It seems to me that I'd want to choose specific conversion that I'm trying to optimize for, but the way I read the Google support docs, they seem to want you to use the more general account level, including conversion settings. Okay, so I think we've answered that in a previous Q&A. So I would say that I would reference that, but I can answer it here again for those that may be new to the channel, new to this video. We normally use account level settings, and yes, I mean, we do follow the guidelines there, and we include in conversions. Now, you know, as you know, in the conversions tab, you're able to create the different conversion action sets and the conversion actions. You know, whether you're targeting, you know, you want to optimize for a lead, a book call, that will come once you have the data displayed, but you want to include those in your conversion settings. And you know, with the algorithm, you know, you want to let Google do its thing, right? Because it's proven that when you do use the account level conversions, it tends to perform a lot better. You know, it has more data, it gives Google more data to work with. And as far as your own optimizations though, that's when you have to make the decisions, right? If you want to optimize your account, as long as you have your custom columns available, displayed, and you'll be able to see, okay, the lead costs, you're able to see the book call costs in that case if you're tracking that, as well as purchases, then you can just convert on that level, right? From a purchase standpoint, right? As you know, maybe purchases do supersede your book call in most cases. So you can just optimize your campaigns accordingly. But we in the agency, we use account settings as the actual conversion setting. Okay. All right, guys, so there you have it. Just answered some questions for you. Again, if you're interested in joining our Facebook group, there's a link in the description here, the YouTube ad buyers group on Facebook. This is where a lot of the community here comes together and asks a lot of technical questions regarding YouTube ads. If you want to get more in-depth with YouTube ads and really understand the nitty-gritty, we have our course. It's an updated course here, 2021, where you can actually get more insight. And as well as with your purchase of the course, you'll be able to join our private student group on Facebook, and you'll have weekly calls with Shash and our team. So thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, hit the subscribe button, and turn on your notifications so that way you're notified when we drop some more YouTube ad knowledge for you. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.